But also you, both Jared and Misha.
I'm more interested in his stories. No, he has some amazing stories.
The teenage years were interesting. I did, I don't know what to tell you about. That's a very broad, tell me about that 6-year chapter of your life. We have time. I didn't really fit in very well. I was kind of a weird kid. I mean, I still don't fit in very well, but I was, I just wasn't properly socialized, so I did not know how to fit in. We didn't even have a television, so I wasn't aware of what was going on in pop culture, and we moved all the time, so I didn't have like a close group of friends that I knew well, and I think that resulted in me being very weird. But that sometimes also resulted in me just not understanding that like certain things weren't normal. So I kind of also did some things that were kind of cool and interesting just because I didn't know that you didn't do those things. In my show last night, I talked about like how my mother really like beat into us this idea like you're not supposed to follow rules. And I was like, I ran with that. I thought that was a great piece of advice. And I did things like my mom went on a trip and left me and my brother at home when I was 15. And as soon as she left, it was the winter, I was like, awesome. And I just called school and I was like, hello, this is Misha's mom, and he is very sick, so he won't be in school for the next few days. How do I know it's the next few days? I just know he won't be there, he's very sick. He's not gonna get better. Okay, bye. And then my mom had left the keys to her car, and so I took my brother and a couple of friends to Vermont skiing, and I didn't have a driver's license, and I had never driven before, but I was like, how hard can driving a standard transmission car be? And then at one point we ended up like in a ditch on the side of the road because it was winter and the roads were covered with snow and I didn't know how to drive. And then like other drivers had to stop and help these children pull a car out of a ditch. And mercifully nobody, bothered to check to see if I had a license or any kind of identification because I didn't. Well, we did things like that fairly often, and it was great. And I look at my kids now and they're like, oh, fuck, they follow every rule, and they're like, Dad, is it okay if I go in there and order a drink myself? And I'm like, oh my God, when I was your age, I was already committing felonies. Get your shit together.
That's amazing.